Guys, it's Chris from HeadwayRocket, and today I'm going to show you the fourth part of our Deconstructed Demo series. In the previous three videos, we showed you how to create the first three layouts, and today we're going to focus on the last one, join a culture of champions. So I've updated my development site to the latest version of WordPress, the latest version of Headway, which is 3.4. and the latest version of the features block. The reason why I mention this is because you'll notice compared to some of the previous three videos, some of the options have changed, but I'll go through that when we get to it. So I'm in the grid mode, and I'm going to just add a new block, a new instance of the features block. You'll notice in Headway 3.4, instead of displaying the block type on the top left of the block instance, the panel actually pops up now and allows you to select it right away. It just, in terms of workflow, it's definitely more efficient than the previous version. So we're going to click the features option, and you'll see the options automatically pop up now. So one of the first things in the version 2 of the features block, we added support for native WordPress content. What that means is instead of having your features content inside of Headway, you can actually store your feature items as native WordPress posts. I'm not going to go into this now. We'll rather tackle that in another video, but for now we'll leave the options, the content source to Headway, as that's what was used in the previous three demos. So if we just take a quick look at the layout, you'll see that we've got a block title with alternating color on the text, which is due to it being wrapped in a span. We've got three feature items, each with a title and description, no image or link. And then over here we've just got the block footer, which is where the image is stored as well. So we're just going to change the column count to 1 and the number of features to 3. We're also going to disable the image and the link. And then you'll notice we've got a new alert dialog inside the block options, which is, you can see it's actually fixed to the right of the screen, so you won't miss it. So just click save and then reload, and that's just going to reload the visual editor. And now we can go ahead and add our features content. So I've prepared the content. I'm going to just, first things first, the block title. And as you can see here, I've wrapped the text Culture of Champions with a span tag. And that's what we're going to use to style the alternate color. So we're going to remove the block description as that's not been used. And then we'll just set the block footer, which is the image that you see over here, the large image. And then also just a paragraph tag with the person's name wrapped in a strong tag. So we'll just go ahead and paste that in. And as you can see, the image is showing up. And now to add the features content. So we've got the block title. Okay, and then the descriptions. We're just going to quickly add those in. And the second one. Third. So now that we've added the block content, we're going to move on to the design mode in Headway. Let's quickly save that. Something else you'll notice, the Manage tab was removed as of Headway 3.4. The reason for that is there was a bit of overlap in terms of what you would do in the design and the grid mode. And so the Manage mode never really served that much purpose. So as of 3.4, that's been removed, and we just have the grid of the design mode, which is, I think, a lot better. So if we just click on the design tab, and you'll see we have pretty much a raw instance of the block. So the first thing we're going to do is just click on the background when you'll see the text container ID 6 will pop up. And the first thing that we want to do is just globally set the font family, so all the text in the block will be set to Arial. And then we also want to specify a background image. When the image dialog pops up, you can choose to either upload from your computer or an existing image in the media library or via URL. For the purpose of this demo, I've already uploaded the images, so I'm going to just paste in the URL rather than upload it. So this is just my, this is the Duke install, and it's in the WP content demo bg.png. So if I just tab here, you'll see that it actually picks up the image. So I'll just select that. Then we want to set the nudging. We just want to set this to position relative. That just means that any objects that we position within the block, they will be relative to the actual block dimensions. So let's just see, we've set the font, we've set the background, it's automatically repeating, and set to relative. Now we can do the block title, so we just click on the title, and we want it to be white, and the font size to be 58 pixels, and we also want it to be bold. Okay, so that's looking a bit better, and now thanks to our span tag, we're able to style the alt text separately. So here we're going to just change the color, which is that one there. Okay, so there's the color. As you can see, it's updated. And we've got the feature title, which we want to just set to white. Yeah, I'm still on the container. So let's just get the correct title. And now we just want to change the color to white and the font size to 20 pixels. Now we just click on the feature description. And let's just check. We want to just adjust the color, and we just want that to be this doesn't look right. Okay, there we have it. And so we've set the title, we've set the description. Now we just want to, on the block footer, we just want that to be position absolute. Okay, so we've done everything that we can inside the design mode options. Now we're going to just add some CSS to pull it all together. So I've already created the CSS here. I see Headway's actually changed the ID, so I'm going to just quickly update that to 6. That's just referring to the block instance ID, which you can find by just hovering over the block in the grid mode, or alternatively you can just right click on the block and you'll see features block number 6. So that's what I'm using in the CSS. So now we're just going to copy this into the live CSS. You'll notice it's the custom CSS is now accessible via the tools menu at the top. whereas before it was in the bottom left. So if we just close the bottom panel and we say live CSS, you can see that CSS that we added before is still there. So we're just going to add to that. And as you can see, everything's automatically just popped into place. So now let's just go through the CSS and I'll walk you through it. So the first thing that we're doing is we're just targeting the block container. So that's essentially the div that wraps around everything, the block contents. And all we're doing here is specifying a height of 800 pixels. Next up, we are targeting the features list, which is the container that wraps around the individual feature items. And here we just specifying a width and a height, and we're floating it to the right, and setting a background image, and then setting that to position relative, and adding a Z index of 1. So the reason why we're doing this is if I remove the Z index, you'll notice that the features list actually sits behind this image. So by setting the position to relative and the Z index to 1, we're just lifting it above the image. And then we've also added a margin of 70 pixels above the features list, just to add some spacing. And then we've also added some top, right, and left padding, and no padding on the bottom. And then lastly, we've got the block footer, which was the text that we added via the block options. And all we're doing here is we're positioning it to the bottom of the page, and we just set a max width so that the text wraps onto 2 lines, and specifying the color, which is 4376BD, and then just adding a bit of line height to add some spacing between the text. The last declaration, we're actually targeting the strong tag inside the paragraph. So that's how we're just adding that, the person's name. If CSS styling was turned off, this would just be one paragraph. So it's still contextual. And that's pretty much it. We just added some spacing below the strong tag and then just set the color to white. The display block simply will push any contents that come after it to the next line, making it a block level element. So if I go ahead and save, and we take a look on the front end now, there we have our new layout. That's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We've got some more videos planned that we'll be tackling over the next couple of weeks, so be sure to keep an eye open on our Twitter account and the HeadwayRocket blog. Thanks for watching.